handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Newmarket Racecourse here on Thursday. It is the 18th of April 2024. Gonna look at the stakes races on the program from Newmarket, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and join me throughout the weekend for some great action here stateside with some good racing at Keelan on Saturday. So I hope you join for that, and also good action here in New York with the return of the turf racing. But good card today from Newmarket. We have the Craven Stakes and the very good Abernant Stakes. So we'll be looking at races 3 and 4 at 3 o'clock and 3:35. Let's get to it right now. Third race, 3 o'clock. It's the Group 3 Abernant Stakes. It's a Group 3 event for Class 1 horses going for a purse of $108,000, race for 3-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 14 horses going 1,200 meters or 6 furlongs on the turf course, the Rolling Mile turf course. My top selection here, I'm going to go with the number 9 horse, who should have been daring. I'm going to go 9-10-3 in the TriCash trifecta. 9-10-3 TriCash trifecta. Top selection 9 horse should have been airing. This 4-year-old colt by Havana Gray here. Sean Levy's on this one for Richard Hannon. The horse's most recent outing came on the 9th of March at Wolverhampton. 7 furlongs in the Lady Wolferna Stakes, a listed race. She finished third by 2 lengths that day, and she just kept going that day. She stalked all the way around the race course. She needed to actually turn her foot, maybe just a little bit flat off the bench, but she ran her heart out. Coming back here, not the world's toughest race in return, had a very good form in the fall. I'm going to expect this horse to really run a good race today. Outran the 36-1 odds in the Prix de la Forêt at Longchamp, 7 furlongs 1st of October. She finished third by 1 3/4 lengths and traveled decently. Got down the race course well, just missed that lack of turn of foot that the 2 in front of him had, but finishing nearly right behind Ken Ross that day, who placed. Not a bad race there. And then outran the 50-1 odds in the Group 1 Sprint Cup at Haydock over the 6th, 9th September, finishing second by a neck. Kept going on the front end. He quickened up nicely. He just missed behind Regional, but again, ran his heart out. Like I said, he was outperforming in the fall. He ran here in a listed race on the July course over the 6th in August, where he finished 4th by 2 3/4 lengths. Again, a decent turn of foot. He's been close, but no cigar as of recently. He's due for a victor. I think he can find it here today. The 10-horse Spycatcher for Lee and Carl Burke wouldn't surprise me if he gets the job done. Hasn't been seen since British champion sprint at Ascot over the 6th on very soft ground, where he finished third by 2 1/4 lengths, and he just kind of plodded along, never getting the turn of foot. Prior to that, in the Park Stakes at Doncaster over the 7, he finished third by 3 lengths that day, and he just, maybe the 7 was just a little bit too long for him there. And then over the 6th in the over the extended 6 furlongs in the Prix Maurice de Guiche at Deauville in the this past summer as a 2-1 lukewarm favorite. He finished second by a nose, and he had a lot of speed that day. He got caught the wire, but he ran his heart out. And then the Prix de Orange at Deauville over the 6th, he won by 3 lengths that day, and he basically won on the front end. A very good run. He likes a bit of a given ground. He'll find it today. He gets a very good stand-side post draw. The quad pod begins with this race. He's a horse that could definitely win. Let's use him on the quad pod ticket. But to recount my selection for the third race, 3 o'clock from Newmarket, it is the Group 3 Abernant Stakes. Going to take the 9 horse, should have been airing. Give kudos to the 9 horse Spycatcher. 9-10-3 TriCash trifecta. 9-10 in the place pod or quad pod. Let's get to the feature 4th race now, 3:35, which is the Group 3 Craven Stakes. It's a Group 3 event for Class 1 horses going for a purse of $108,000, race for 3-year-olds here. Field 7 horses going 1,600 meters or a mile in the Rolling Mile for this 2,000 guineas preview. Not preview, well, preview kind of, but it's a good trial race here. My top selection here, I'm going to go with the 6 horse Native Approach. 6-2-4 for me in the TriCash trifecta. 6-2-4 TriCash trifecta. Top selection, 6 horse Native Approach. 3-year-old called by Too Darn Hot, Godolphin and Charlie Outbeat trains. William Buick gets on this one. Very rare for William Buick to ride, it seems, in mid-February in the UK, but he did. Mid-February 14th, to be exact, at Kempton, 1 mile on the Poly track in Class 5 main race. He rode this horse to victory, winning by 2 1/4 lengths at 4 cents a dollar. He probably could have won by another country mile, but he quickened up nicely. He stayed the trip well. That was a very real deal kind of run. And like I said, keep an eye on the jockey booking for a jockey that doesn't normally ride in the middle of winter in his country. It usually takes the winter off or goes somewhere else. Come back to the UK to ride this horse. I think that he might think that this horse is special. 2 back in Kempton on the 24th of January with 7 furlongs in the Class 5 main race. He finished second by a half a length that day. And again, he just missed late. He had a very wide trip, which cost him, but he showed potential that day. He really improved with the second race. Coming here with a stand-side post draw. he could win. The 2-horse Cambridge Ryan Moore and Am Ryan, it wouldn't surprise me if he wins. He's getting some distance relief from his last race. That came to the Group 3 Everfield Stakes at Leopardstown on very heavy ground in late October. Over the mile and 1/8, he finished second by 4.5 lengths. Grosvenor Square really took off clear. This horse just kind of plodded along and just wasn't getting the mile and 1/8. Cutting back to a mile demanding ground, he should really run a good race. He ran on very lightning fast ground at Salisbury, a mile in a Class 4 novice race back in early September, where he won by nose. He had to beat the lot that day, but he got the job then there. And then at Roscommon, 7 furlongs in the main race in August of last year, he finished third by 3 3/4 lengths that day, and he just kind of plodded along without getting the turn of foot. He's definitely improved with every single race. I like him back to a mile trip. I'll use him on the ticket, and even the 4-horse Ebden Shaddad for Kieran Schumacher and Jonathan Thady Gosden was has only won once. That came over here of the July course in a Class 4 novice race over the 6, where he won by 3 3/4 lengths, and he had a little gameness up the or greenness up the hill, but he got the job done. Came back to run the Group 3 Tattersall Stakes 4 weeks later, where he just kind of, again, he was a little lackadaisical, and then you just need something more in the Dewhurst. I think come back here, he should really improve to the next level. I think he could stay the trip for the mile. If he doesn't stay, he'll probably be running at Haydock at the end of next month. But I'll give him a shot here today with the Calyx with him being a Calyx horse. You think of those horses being sprinters, but I think this horse could last a mile. I'll use him in the quad pod, but I do prefer the other two before him. But to recap my selection for the 335 now, the 4th race from Newmarket, it's Group 3 Craven Stakes. Going to take the 6-horse Native Approach. Give kudos to the 2-horse Cambridge and the 4-horse Abernant Stakes, 624 TriCast Trifecta. Use all 3 of them in the quad pod here. So good luck to all, and please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5. Good luck, everybody.